Hey everyone, it's Cara from Basque Coast Fitness. Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you guys have had an awesome day. I'm just going to film a quick little flow on the mat here, a digestive flow for anyone who's feeling a bit like me and is struggling with a bit of digestion from the massive lunch we've all had today. So when you're ready, roll out the mat and we'll get started. Okay, so we're just going to start it on all fours. So knees under hips, hands underneath shoulders or in line. Take a couple of inhales, dropping the belly, looking up, and then exhale, round the back. Inhale, plug the shoulders in and down, and exhale, draw up through the belly button, through your abdominals. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward, open up the chest. Exhale and round the back, press into all four limbs. Inhale, drop the belly, plug the shoulders in, open the collarbones. And exhale, rounding out. Coming back to neutral here, we'll sit back into a child's pose and take 3 long, slow, deep breaths. Stretching out, taking care to be active through the arms. Coming down, just relaxing with every breath out, exhaling and relaxing your bottom towards your heels. Slowly coming back up. And from there, we'll take a downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, handprint one, handprint above your shoulders, lifting the hips with the abdominals, and starting to pedal the heels out towards the ground, one at a time. Keeping the hips level, stretching through the shoulders. And when you're ready, finding stillness and bending the knees as much as you need here to get a nice big shoulder stretch. So big inhale, big exhale out. On the next exhale, we're coming through to a high plank. Dropping the knees here and coming all the way down to our bellies, elbows in tight, nice and slow. We'll take an inhale, roll the shoulder blades off the back body, so squeeze them together, open the chest, and exhale, press back to a downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. On the next exhale, high plank, dropping the knees down, lowering all the way to the belly, elbows in. Coming up to a mini cobra, opening the chest, inhale. And exhale, child's pose. Coming back to downward facing dog. Lifting the hips. Keeping engaged through the abdominals. Big breaths here, channel that energy. We'll take the left knee through, gently place it between the hands, drop the back knee, and inhale, reach up. Exhale, open the chest, cactus arms. Taking care here just to tuck the pelvis and not arch the back, so drawing the top of the rib cage down. Let's come back down, hands to the ground. And coming back to our downward facing dog nice and slowly. We'll swap sides, take the right leg through, lift it up. Dropping the back knee here. And slowly upright yourself, squeezing the back glute. Big inhale. And long, slow exhale out through the mouth. Opening the chest. Hands slowly to the ground. And pressing back to a downward facing dog. Time for round 2. So we'll start again on all fours. So in this position, starting to take some big hip openers here. So we'll take the left leg back, keep the hip bones level, so try not to let the hip drop out, squeezing up, lift it up to hip height, then coming all the way around, knee goes wide and high, back down to the midline and down. Big inhale, stretch long here. Exhale, out, around, back down to that other knee. As we come up and around, taking care not to arch the back, so lifting up through the belly, and trying not to lean to one side, so really plugging those shoulder blades in tight. Lots of breaths here, breathing deeply. Let's try 2 more. Last one. Cool, let's go to the other side. Stretch the right leg long, squeezing the glute, lifting up, around, down to the middle. Keep those glutes and the lower abdominals on. Trying to open the chest and stay long, almost locked out in those arms, but not quite. Pressing hard into the ground. Breathing out, breathing in. Out, breathing in as we lengthen. Really channeling a long, slow, powerful breath here helps to get the most out of the exercise. Last 2. And last 1. Pressing back to child's pose for 2 breaths. Long and slow. Now we're starting with our palms up, drawing the rib cage down, neutral spine, so we're not arching excessively or rounding excessively. And then from there, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the abs, lifting up, breathing out. Inhale, maintaining neutral, and then exhale, lifting up, squeezing the glutes. So doing the glute bridge or the hip lift is a very small inversion, and inversions are really good for improving and helping us to digest better. So especially after Christmas Day, eating lots of tasty treats or foods that are generally really rich, and probably we're not used to eating a whole heap of them all the time, generally tends to wreak havoc on our stomach, and we bloat or we feel shit house, and we just need to do some things that are going to help us to improve digestion and get that body back into balance, that stomach back in tune again. So as we lift here, let's hold on this one, just drawing the heels towards the bottom a little bit more, opening the shoulders up away from the ears. Taking care not to round out, so drawing the belly down, breathing here, long, slow, deep breaths. We'll slowly just start to come down nice and slow. And then from there, we're going to lift both knees up into tabletop, so heels come up. And as we exhale, just going to extend one leg, reach it out, maybe lower it a little way, staying long in the pelvis. Big inhale. Exhale, other leg reaches out nice and long, keeping those hip bones nice and level. Inhale and exhale. Pausing, inhale, and pausing again, exhale. So notice how it's lots of control, nice and slow, and I'm not rushing between repetitions. I'm pausing as I inhale at the top of my inhale, and I'm pausing at the bottom. Really, really important for getting that extra co-contraction of the abs, the glutes, and that mind to muscle connection, getting more out of the exercise. So from here, hug the knees in, give your back maybe a rock from side to side or a bit of a roll, and we're going to start to rock and roll ourselves back up. A few rocks here. Again, you need to absorb the impact, so using your abdominals to pull yourself down, pushing down, rolling back, trying not to use momentum, and then coming back up to a seat. From here, we're going to roll all the way back down again, so long, slow exhale, really contracting the abs in. We inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, chin to chest, and rolling on up again if you can. Big inhale. Exhale, pushing the belly down, rolling down, squeezing the glutes. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Let's try 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. So this stretching of the body, lengthening after a long day, especially a long day of eating, is super good for your muscles, for your mind. Finishing off with a long stretch of the abdominals, point the toes, stretch the fingertips along. 2 long sleep deep breaths. And we're going to take a couple of spinal twists here. So we're going to take the right leg, reach it up to hip height, and then we're going to take the knee over to one side. But instead of hanging out here, we're going to tap it, or just go as close as you can. And then we're going to inhale, center off, and do the other side straight away. Exhale. Trying to keep both shoulder blades on the ground. And you'll notice as we move through repetitions that you'll get closer and closer to the ground. You'll get more mobile through the side body, through the hips. And it'll allow you to go further, deeper into the stretch. So still opening those shoulder blades, keeping them on the ground, abdominals on. It's an active stretch. We're not just collapsing in here. Really opening that side body up, opening the chest, and breathing. Sometimes we forget to breathe and we hold our breath, and that just constricts all the muscles. So breathing slow and steady, or at the pace that is most natural for you, just to get that rhythm. We'll try 1 more. Back up and over to the other side. Maybe play around with a straight leg here. You can stretch down through the side, ITB. So as I bend my knee to the side, I then straighten my leg. Oh, that's a good stretch. And then back up and over. From there, come on up. And we'll take it into a couple of side body stretches now. We're coming into this position here, where we take one foot out, the other knee to the side slightly, in line with the hip or slightly wider. Toes line up with the knee here. And all we're doing is really opening our hips, squeezing the glutes here. We're going to pop our hand on our thigh, drop the shoulder, take a big inhale. And then as we exhale, reaching up and over, we're trying to get a stretch down through this side body. We're not trying to collapse in to this side, so we're staying long on this side and active. We inhale, take the arm down. You might get to here, you might get flat arm. And then exhale, staying long, reaching long. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. Stretching long. 1 more. Exhale. The whole time I'm still squeezing my glutes and pushing my hips forward. Change sides. From here, toes line up with the knee, nice and wide, squeezing the glutes. Big inhale. And a long slow exhale. Dropping the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. As tall as you can. Exhale, reaching long over the top and up. Inhale, palm down. Exhale, reaching long, right down through the side body. Slowly back to center. Hands to the ground, drop the knee. And we're going to finish off in some hip flexor stretches. So from here, taking a 90-90 position and pulsing forward. Now as we pulse forward, we don't want to drop into it like this and sink in at our hips. So we're going to tuck our pelvis, so squeeze the hip bones towards our belly using our glutes, squeeze. And taking our whole torso with us as we pulse forward. Getting that nice, true hip flexor stretch across the front of the body here. Hip bones are level, we're not twisting. Keeping them nice and level, breathing. And then as we're ready, hands to the ground, keeping long, one long line. Here, a couple more pulses. And then as we exhale, I'm going to pull the hip bones back, hamstring stretch on this leg, really point the toes hard down into the mat. So big stretch across the front of the foot. We're going to level off our hips here. Hips are level by squeezing the left hip bone back towards the right. We're going to take an inhale, hip flexor, exhale, hamstring. Notice how I'm not collapsing over or rounding the back. I'm opening up the chest, staying active, long in the spine. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Actively pulling back into the mat. From there, we take both hands to one side. 2 breaths here. Big inhale and exhale. Relaxing into this groin. So we're going to really inhale and stretch into the groin, into any tightness. And exhale out any tightness. From there, place one hand on the ground. The hand closest to this knee, we exhale and press out. So what we're doing here is we're getting a stretch down through the side glute. We'll inhale back to center and exhale, press the knee out or the side of the leg out. Keeping the hips level again. From there, we'll go forearm of this front knee towards the ground on the inside of the leg. Big groin stretch, open the chest. Exhale and twist, staying tall through the pelvis, reaching up. Inhale, down. Exhale and twist. This twisting motion is really, really good for digestion and wringing out the body, starting to improve blood flow, circulation. From there, we'll change sides, so coming out. Okay, coming into the other side, starting up tall in the posture, and ready to do our pulses, so squeezing the glute, back and forwards with the hips, making sure we get that stretch down through the right side of that hip flexor, squeezing both butt cheeks, taking the whole body with you, not arching the back, drawing the pelvis down. Both hands to the ground either side, and we're pulling back towards our right hip bone. So left hip bone pulls back towards the right, stretching through the hamstring. Inhale, reach forward, squeeze the glute. Exhale, hamstring stretch. Inhale, reach forward, hip flexor stretch. And exhale, pull back. Inhale, reaching forward once more. And exhale, hamstring stretch, really pointing the toes down, leveling off the hips, left hip bone towards the right. From there, we come into hip flexor again, both hands on the inside. Big inhale here into the groin, opening the toes slightly to the right. Exhale it out. From there, hand plants down, exhale and press the knee out. So opening this hip, getting a stretch down through the side of the hip here. Inhale, center off. Exhale, press out. Now as you do this, you can twist your body to one angle over the shoulder. You can twist to the other side, belly away from the knee, just to get into the hip from different angles. Last exhale, last pressing out. Inhale. Forearm towards the ground for our twists and reach. Exhale, twisting, reaching up overhead. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Using the core to twist. Both hands down, pulling back, coming out of it. I'm going to come into a lying pose now on our backs. So starting off, laying down, we're going to let the knees fall to one side. So we're hip distance apart or mat distance apart, and hands are going to be out to the side, maybe cactus arms, opening the chest. And we're going to drop both knees to one side, letting them fall down. And then both knees to the other side. So internal and external rotation of those hips. With the breath, inhale to center, and then exhale all the way out to the side. Inhale and exhale. Again, pausing at the bottom of the breath and the top. From here, taking the left knee, or the left foot, sorry, over the top of the right knee. I'm going to take the right foot closer to the left, and then we're going to pull it to one side. So we're going to pull down towards our left foot on top of the right knee. I'm going to stretch down through that side hip. Coming back up to center, changing sides, so right knee on top of the left, and then falling over towards the right. I feel rain and mosquitoes. Breathing here, last breath, and then back to center. We're going to finish off in nice wide-legged pose here. So feet together, soles of the feet together, knees wide apart, otherwise known as a yoga pose here. And we're going to just allow our hips to open, and we're going to do 5 long, slow, deep breaths to finish off our short session, little stretch session today. Really just to give back to your body and say thank you, body, for allowing me to do everything that I do, and especially eat all the food that I eat. So we're going to put one hand on our lower belly, one hand on the top of our ribs. We're going to see if we can take an inhale into the lower abdomen first, so filling up the lower abs first, and then filling up the upper abs. So it'll look like this as we inhale. Lower, and then one more bit of inhale, upper, and then exhale. Again, lower first, inhale, Upper, hold, and then exhale. Releasing the whole body and relaxing it down. 3 more breaths here. When you're ready, just coming back to your surroundings and saying your final thank you to the world and everyone in it that you're thankful and grateful for. And just to be present and in this moment. So we're rolling up. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in and flowing along with me. Much thanks, so much gratitude. I hope you guys have an epic rest of Christmas and Boxing Day and an epic 2019.